Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus for Sheni Chana Bas Malka Lebracha V'Atzlacha B'Chol Ma'aseh Yadeha. The Rambam in the 10th parak of Hilchos Malachim, Halacha Gimel writes, Ben Noach shenisgayer Umol V'Tovel V'Achar Kach Hoytze Lachzor Me'achorei Hashem Liyois Ger Toshav Bilvad Kshaya Mikodem. If you have a Ben Noach who converts, Mila, Tvila, and then he wants to leave God, and he wants to be a Ger Toshav, he just wants to keep the Shabbat Mitzvah B'nai Noach like he was earlier. We don't listen to him. Eliyeki Yisrael L'chol Dover. Either he's going to be a Jew, or Yehareg, or he's Nerag. Obviously this doesn't apply today, but back in the day. V'imay HaKadin Shitbilu Bezdin. And if he was a Kadin, when Bezdin put him in the mikveh, for Gerus, he could be moche when he becomes a gadol, and then he's going to have a status of a ger toshav. So we have to understand this Rambam. L'chorei, he says that if the ger wants to go back and be a ger toshav, what does it ger toshav have to do with anything? What's the Rambam teaching us? The Rambam is teaching us that becoming a ger tzedek is a point of no return. Once you're a Jew, you're a Jew. And there's nothing you can do to change that reality. So what does the Rambam throw in? That he wants to go back and be a ger toshav. That's the ikar, that he doesn't want to be Jewish, not that he wants to be a ger toshav. And we also have to understand what the chiyuv mitzvah is. The chor is like a mummer, he's only mischayev mitzvah when he's over an avera that you're for which one is chayev mitzvah. If he has him in over, then what chiyuv mitzvah is there? And not only that, the Rambam writes that if he's a ger katan, shemoichi becomes a ger toshav. What does ger toshav have to do with this? The Rambam is just telling us that a katan can be moche, so say. If he's a katan and he's moche, he can become a goy again. He can protest his gerus. A ger katan can protest his gerus when he comes bar mitzvah, and he becomes a goy again. So what is the Rambam throwing in? No, he goes back to being a ger toshav. So, Agon Reb Shimon Moshe Diskin, in his Masis HaMelech, Shimon Moshe Diskin is a great Rosh Yeshiva, Yeshivas Kol Torah, and the Stipler said about him, "Hu tamid omer tov." He always says good. And he says a lot. Baruch Hashem, we have a lot of svarim from him. So, what the Rambam means is that he told us earlier, Perek Ches Halacha Tes, that he fas toar shelo rotzta leniach avodah zarach ha-12 chodesh hargim oisa shekol akum shelo kibel mitzvah shenitztavu b'nei noach hargim oisa im yeshna tachas yadeinu. If the Sifas Torah doesn't want to leave her avodah zarah after 12 months, then hargin oisa. Because any guy that wasn't makabel mitzvah shenitztavu b'nei noach hargin oisa im yeshna tachas yadeinu. If we have the ability, if we're in the control, which again today we're not, they don't want to keep the Sheva mitzvah b'nei noach, they're chayav mitzvah. So according to this, we understand what the Rambam says here. A ger wants to go back and be a ger toshav. We don't listen. Rather, he's ki Yisrael l'chol davar or Yehareg. It's either or. So the Rambam had to add that this guy wants to be a ger toshav. Because otherwise, anyways, nerag. Because if he's not going to be keeping any of the Sheva mitzvahs, and of course, we already learned earlier, he's not keeping the Sheva mitzvahs nerag. Like we learned by the Sifas Torah. The Rambam here is telling us that you're right, normally Sheva mitzvahs is enough for the Ben Noach, but not here. Sheva mitzvahs is only enough for the ger toshav. Starts and ends up being a ger toshav, but not somebody who's a ger tzedek, somebody who's truly a Jew. But it's hard to understand. He doesn't have to explain this here. He's definitely talking about here, where he's not chayiv misa otherwise. Here we're talking about the chiyuv hariga mishum chazeres hager tzedek. So what does he have to tell us? No, but he's not chayiv misa. I'll say he's not a ger toshav, because he is a ger toshav. What do you have to throw that in for? Here we're just talking about being chozer lios ger tzedek. He's just talking about somebody retracting his gerus. So what does the Rambam have to say? Oh, but he's not chayiv misa for not being a ger toshav, because he is a ger toshav. It's not the topic here. The topic at hand here is that you can't retract from being a ger tzedek. If he does, it's chayiv misa. So the Rambam writes at the beginning of the 13th parak of his Surah Biyah, B'shlosha dvarim nichnasu Yisrael lebris mi lebris. Mila, Tvila, v'Karban. 3 things put the Jewish people into the covenant. Mila, Tvila, and Karban. Allah chadalet v'chein l'doris. Kishi yirtzeh ha'akum likanes lebrit u'lestofef tachat kanfei hashchina v'yikabel alav ol Torah. Tzarich mila v'tvila v'artzat korban. For the l'doris, the guy wants to enter the covenant and take refuge under the shadow of the divine wings. V'mistofef tachat kanfei hashchina. And mimakabel the yoke of Torah, he needs mila, tvila, and a carbon. So we see from here that the etzem chefza of gerus is to be mistoifev tachas kanfei ashchina and to be makabel all Torah. And the maisim are mila and tvila and carbon. But Kabbalah Satira is not mimaisa gerus. Not a maisa of the gerus. It is the gerus. The Kabbalah HaTorah is the gerus, and that's how he becomes a Jew. Mila and Tvila, you can say, is the Maisa gerus. But what is the Etzem HaGerus? Kabbalah HaTorah. Ram also writes, Perak Ches, Melacha, Melacha Gimel, V'chein Tziva Moshe Rabbeinu, Lachav es kol ba'olam, Makabel mitzvah, Shenitzdav b'nei Noach, Chomish le'yikabel, Yehorig! That Moshe Rabbeinu was commanded from God to force the whole world to keep the mitzvahs of Bnei Noach. Anybody who doesn't, Yehorig. And if somebody's makabel these mitzvahs, he's called a ger toshav. And he has to be makabel his ger toshavness in front of 3 people. And Lachir Aleph, the Rambam writes, Kol makabel sheva mitzvahs v'nizher lasos. Hareze mechassidei umos ha'olam. Veish lo chelek lo olam haba. Ushi yakabel oisem v'yasoisem v'bnei shetziva b'hem HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'Torah. V'hodiyanu aydei Moshe Rabbeinu shebnei Noach mikodem itztavu ben. Aval im osam b'nei achrei adas ein zeger toisha v'einu mechassidei umos ha'olam ela mechachmeihem. And one is makabel l'sheva mitzvahs and he's careful about them. He's mechassidei umos ha'olam. And he has a portion in the world to come. And that's provided that he keeps them because God commanded them in the Torah and told us through Moshe Rabbeinu that Bnei Noach are commanded in this. But if he does them because of his own intellectual proclivities, he does them because he decides that he wants to do them, he's not a ger toshav, and he's not mechassidei umas ha'olam, he's just a chacham, mechachmeim. So we see that the inyan of Kabbalah Zayin Mitzvahs Bnei Noach, it's not enough to be makabel them, not to be over. And it's not enough to be makabel because they were commanded before Matan Torah. Rather, what does the Kabbalah have to be? The Kabbalah has to be mipnei shetziva b'hem HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'Torah. That God commanded in the Torah. That's why he's keeping the Shev Mitzvah Bnei Noach. And that's what the Brisker Rav explained in this Rambam. That they have to be keeping the Torah because of Moshe Rabbeinu receiving it from Hashem at Har Sinai. Yasa osam mipnei shetziva HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'Torah v'hodiyanu aydei Moshe Rabbeinu shebnei Noach mikodem nitztavu b'hem. It's a little funny, the Lashon. Shebnei Noach mikodem nitztavu b'hem. That Bnei Noach were commanded on them earlier. Why does it have to be because of that? The Rambam could have just said, excuse me. Period. You have to be makabel it because God told us about it in the Torah, commanded us in the Torah, and told us through Moshe Rabbeinu. As I have to add that Bnei Noach were commanded earlier. So now it appears as follows, that the union of Kabbalah's mitzvahs of a Ger Tzedek and a Ger Toshav is the same thing. That the Iker Kabbalah is to be Makabel Ol Torah and to be Mischayev in what it says in the Torah. And they're both Makabel, this yoke, this Ol. The Ger Tzedek is Mischayev in all Taryag mitzvahs. And the Ger Toshav is only Mischayev in Zayin mitzvahs. Because that's what the Torah is Mechayev. But it's the same Kabbalah. Just like it's Pashut that a Kabbalah of a person to be Mizgayer of a man is the same Kabbalah of a woman who comes to be Mizgayeres. But they're both Makabel, all Torah. Even though a woman is not Mischayeves in the same mitzvahs that a man is. But it's the same Kabbalah of Torah. So to a Ger Tzedek and a Ger Toshav is the same Kabbalah of Torah. Just Neisa Sefer V'Nechzeh. It's a man and a woman. You see, what is the Torah Mechayev a man? What is the Torah Mechayev a woman? But it's one Kabbalah. Same thing. Ger Toshav and Ger Tzedek. It's one Kabbalah. Just what is the Torah Mechayev a Ger Toshav and what is Mechayev Torah? What is the Torah Mechayev a Ger Tzedek? So when a Ger comes from his Gayer, there are two inyanim. There's Makabel Ol Torah and there's L'stoifev Tachas Kanfei Hashchina. So Kabbalah Ol Torah isn't special for the Ger Tzedek because every Ben Noach is Mechayev to be Makabel Ol Torah. But the Ger Tzedek wants Nachmer, he wants even more than that. He wants to be Yisrael, but L'stoifev Tachas Kanfei Hashchina. U'lefizeh, Nicha Me'od, we understand what the Rambam writes. That a Ger Ben Noach is Mizgayer, Rakach Rotza Lachzor Me'achorei Hashem, V'lios Ger Toshav. He's Mizgayer, and then he wants to recoil from God, and he wants to be a Ger Toshav, which means that the Iker Kabbalah of Old Torah, he's not retracting. He wants to retract from being a Ger Tzedek, that a Ger Tzedek is like a Jew. But since it's impossible to be mevatel b'chalos gerus, so when he's chozer for being makabel ol Torah, he's chozer, when he's chozer for being a ger tzedek, he's chozer for being makabel ol Torah. Because being a ger tzedek means you have to keep the mitzvahs and there's no point of no return. It's too late. Can't go back and be a ger toshav. So when he says, I want to go from being a ger tzedek to a ger toshav, what he's essentially saying is, I don't want to be Makabel Ol Torah. And that doesn't work. Can't retract from being Makabel Ol Torah. And that's the Rambam says. Elahu ki Yisrael l'chol davar, o yehare. So we ask, what's the din hariga? Hariga is because somebody who's not Makabel Ol Torah is nerak. Tziva Moshe Rabbeinu, Lakov is kol be'olam Makabel mitzvah nitzav b'nei Noach, chol mi shelo yakabel yaharig. So when he retracts from being a ger tzedek and he says, all right, I just want to be in this ger toshav, that means that he's not Makabel Ol Torah anymore. And somebody who's not Makabel Ol Torah yaharig. And we can also understand what it says afterwards in ger katan, who comes to protest. And we say that this ger katan who comes to protest and says, I don't want to be a ger, v'yiyah ger toshav bilvad. He could be a ger toshav. Yes, a ger katan can be chayzer, but he can't say, I don't accept the Torah. Oh, no, you're accepting the Torah. You just don't have to keep Torah mitzvahs. You have to keep selling Kir Shema. You can sleep as much as you want. You can eat a cheeseburger and Yom Kippur Shchos b'Shabbos. You're cool. Just you have to be ger toshav. You have to be makabel sheva mitzvahs. Otherwise, you hari kachol b'nei Noach. We could very well say that just like Kadosh Baruch Hu was koifa har kegigis, Har Sinai said, if you're makabel the Torah, gabaldik, and if not, shem take v'ratzchem. That's midin. Shekol mi sheino makabel ol Torah b'nei shetzitz Torah reu nerag. He doesn't want to be makabel ol Torah, and according to this, it would appear. So he didn't want to be makabel ol Torah nerag. But the Iker chiyuv hariga that we find here is on the Iker ve'etzem kabbalas ol Torah. It's not only for Jews. This is somebody who was makabel gerus, memela is mechuyev b'chol mitzvahs, and that's also kabbalas ol Torah. There's different levels of kabbalas ol Torah. So a Jew can also say, I don't want to be makabel mitzvahs. But we're not chayiv in mitzvahs because we are makabel upon ourselves mitzvahs. We don't have to be makabel on ourselves mitzvahs. We're born into it. Therefore, if a Jew says that he doesn't want to be makabel mitzvahs, it's not chayiv misa. But a goy is chayiv in kabbalah, and if not, if he retracts in that kabbalah, if he doesn't take the kabbalah, he's chayiv misa. Again, I repeat, not bisman hazeh. And now we can also understand what the Rambam writes, that a ger katan can be moche. He writes it in Ilchos Malachim, and not in Ilchos Isurei Bia, where the Rambam talks about Ilchos Gerus. Because here in Ilchos Malachim, the Rambam is talking about the chiyuv to makabel ol Torah. And this katan has to be makabel ol Torah. So even when he retracts from his retracts from his being a Jew, but he still remains a ger Toshav, he still has to be makabel, or remains, he has to be makabel upon himself to be a ger Toshav. Because the Rambam is talking here in Ilchos Malachim about being makabel ol Torah. So this is the right place to tell us. I don't know why not in Hilchos Isurei Bia, that was first, because obviously it's also shaykh to gerus. But since the Rambam here is telling us that you have to be makabel ol Torah, so this katan has two options. You can be makabel ol Torah al Jew, or you can be makabel ol Torah al Goy. But it's one of the two. In the Or Sameach, he understood by Kabbanas HaRambam that this ger katan remains a ger Toshav. And he says, Mehechi Teisi. Why should he become a ger Toshav? He was never makabel upon himself in the first place to be a ger Toshav. Based on what we said, we understand very well. That he's chayiv, because everybody is chayiv to be a ger Toshav. He has to be talking about Kabbalah Sol Torah. You don't want to be makabel ger Tzedek, so you have to be makabel ger Toshav. Doesn't matter that he wasn't makabel ger Toshav to be a ger Toshav earlier. It's a pella on the Or Sameach. He has a little bit of a remote pshat. And the Rambam says Rav Diskin, according to what we said, everything is glat. So the musar that comes out from this shiur is that the olam is not hefker. Everybody has obligations. Every human being has obligations. We have to be makabel upon ourselves the yoke of Torah. The yoke of Torah can be the Jewish yoke of Torah if you're Jewish, or the Gentile yoke of Torah in the three ways. There's being born into it. You're born into it. No Kabbalah. You're into it. You're on the team. And there's a ger Tzedek who says, I want to be on your team. I want to join. So he's makabel ol Torah. And once he does, that's it. He's Jewish forever. And then there's a ger Toshav who says, I want to be makabel ol Torah. I've been kaim sheva mitzvahs. Okay, beautiful. L'kaim is called Divrei Salma Teresa B'Yahava. Amen v'Amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.